fun matchup.
And there's a lot of friendship, a lot of affection and respect between these two players as well. So you can be sure that Shasha will enjoy this one too.
Game, Diaz to serve. Love all.
Characteristically, we always see this from Yingsha. It just takes a little bit of time, particularly when the opponent's about to serve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing things at my tempo.
One love.
She wasn't happy with a little shout out that came there just ahead of that point. And you will see Yingsha having to kind of police the crowd a little bit. She does it very well.
Yeah, she's well used to it by this point.
Adriana knows that getting on the front foot literally there is going to be her best approach here.
Yeah, she's going to look to try and get the right blend between creative play and controlled aggression. Diaz, that's when she's at her very, very best.
But you also know when you take on Yingsha that you have to suffer, as they like to say in football coaching parlance these days. There are going to be times when she's going to have to just dig in there because the attacks are going to come.
Shasha seems to have a third eye. She's all-seeing, all-knowing, and the speed in which she makes decisions, you can click your fingers and it's done.
Because the quality of her play is such that she's just a step ahead, a beat ahead at times.
Yeah, that's right. She's playing one shot with the next in mind, like a chess game. You see a flash
Please
there.
turn off the flashlight.
Caught red-handed.
Literally.
1-3.
Well,
she was
Diaz,
a little bit bemused by something there, Adriana.
It was the noise. It was the noise of the fans mid-rally.
Yeah, our effects mics are picking up a lot of chatter, a lot of noise going on during this one. Adriana's no stranger to this environment, this atmosphere, these fans. Obviously that match they had in Macau, China was played out in chaotic, hysterical scenes at times. It's just part of the show that goes along with Yingsha, but she's still going to have to settle to this task.
Can be intimidating, even if you're kind of used to it. I know you start touching upon it. You know, she's played in the Chinese Super League with Lily Zhang, Adriana Diaz. But I think it's more this. I think it's more how it breaks up play.
Yeah.
5-1.
If she's going to do that, this one could finish quickly because she's on the attack right from the get-go, Shasha here.
As quick as she can pivot and as forehand orientated as she is, that backhand is really, really improved. And that's the difference between her and Diaz. Adriana Diaz is getting a little bit frustrated, just like Shasha, about this. Is more probing with the backhand.
Yeah.
She likes to block. Occasionally she'll chuck in a knockout punch.
At the moment, this is only going one way, and Diaz has been knocked out of her stride early on here. Not settled, not been allowed to settle.
And then a best of 5. It's going to be even more frustrating for Diaz, who throws in that shovel serve.
1-8.
But right from the get-go, every shot is crafted with consummate quality from Yingsha.
That's right.
8-2.
Although occasionally a little bit of a kick off Diaz there will cause problems. It needs to be something a little bit unusual to unsettle Shasha, doesn't it?
We're going to be waxing lyrical about that result all event, and it's a great reference point. But she's going to have to look to take that kind of Odo approach.
Yeah. Well played, Adriana Diaz, the best from the Puerto Rican we've seen thus far.
It's a ticking time bomb. You're wondering, when the punch is going to come, and it finishes the point right away there after a tightly contested point.
15 shots in that exchange, and that'll give her enormous heart, Diaz.
It's a really difficult ball to sponge up, but Diaz did well, held by the net.
First time Shasha's been under any real pressure, so the fans piping up. He's not phased.
Not right now, he's not.
Well, she got the trick out, and I know you love that, but Shasha said, yeah, lovely shot, I'll just put it away.
Nah, that's just filthy. What a chop block. And look how she dealt with it, like it was nothing.
And of course, Shasha's very familiar with the Diaz game, so she knows what's going to be coming at her. She knows that there's going to be chop blocks and all sorts of funky fanning shots coming her way. And she tends to have an answer.
I think Diaz has the top 5 power games in the world on the women's side. She is one of the most powerful. Shasha has geniusly just changed the spins, the depths, the trajectories of the balls going into the backhand of Diaz.
10-5.
Not quite. That was really fired into an uncomfortable position as well, as Yingsha earns 5 game points in the first.
It went against the momentum of Diaz, who'd begun to shift into the forehand, expecting it there.
She kind of knew what was coming there, Adriana, as soon as she sent that one back, and sure enough, Yingsha says, yeah, I'll finish this game off here and now, and she does, and it's been a commanding start for the world number 1.
Maybe they called her soon because she barely takes any time to wrap up games. She did so well there to manage the stress, Shasha.
Legendary coach speaks to legend in the making, Yingsha, making her way back to the table already with a step taken towards the quarterfinals here in Chongqing. Great to have you with us wherever you are around the world. I hope you're getting a sense of the incredible atmosphere inside this Infinity Arena.
Second game, soon to serve. Love all. Please, no flashlights. It's disturbing the players. Love all.
You know, talking to the Diaz camp earlier on, back in Puerto Rico, it's something like 1 in the morning, and there are house parties thrown for this match. Apparently they've been on the go since about 8 o'clock at night. Can't wait for this. Hoping that there'll be something to celebrate in the small hours. And if she keeps on going like that, well, maybe they will do.
It was a gorgeous Chiquita flick from Diaz, keeping up pace with the backhand, and then throws in that knockout punch. She needs that. She needs that. I think there's going to be times where she's going to have to take a little bit more initiative and try and get her forehand in.
Again, that's not really what they need.
1-all. One, two.
It's too easy to talk about efficiency and functional terms like that with Xia, because it's more than that that comes back at the opponent.
2-all.
And it requires Adriana to be at her brilliant best in terms of what she can put on the ball, which she did there.
It's the divisiveness of Sun Yingsha. It's how she handcuffs you. It's how she lures you into a false sense of security. That's why she's so dangerous. It isn't just like you say about the efficiency, the power, the physicality, the violence of her game. So Diaz there using her peripheral vision, switching down the line, refusing to get drawn in to rallies where Xia is likely to get in with the first big forehand.
Straight away, though, a reminder that she's got all the weapons, including the service.
Dancing with danger, Diaz there with that receive, but there was topspin on the serve, well delivered from Sun. And instead of trying to blast it, instead of panicking, she just caresses it off the angle.
Yeah. But Diaz has got the shots. We've seen that already.
Oh, yeah.
If she gets a chance. That was long, off the edge of the table, off the end. So a little break there for the Puerto Rican.
Diaz has literally every shot in the book. Every shot in the book. But we might have to start seeing her building a slightly stronger foundation with the serve. Maybe a bit more bold with it. That to me looks a bit safe, that serve. But it's a good switch again out to wide forehand, so fair play.
Well, you evoked the Satsukyoto example earlier on, and her game plan was straightforward. She just riled the serves in, she took the game to Wang Manyu, and then when she was in front, she played the risky shots. She doubled down and gambled again, and it paid off for her.
I doubled down's the perfect way to say it. You know, even when she was in the lead, she threw in a couple of strawberries here and there. Wasn't afraid to push long with venom. Oh, that was nice. Diaz, that's delightful.
Playing her best stuff, and even the best in the world will struggle against that.
Look at the length on the chop, it was pinpoint, and then the chop block.
It's grudging admiration from Xia there, you could see. Doesn't face this very often.
6-4.
Oh, she's trying to get cute again.
She had a decent success rate with that Chiquita flick. It was a slightly wider serve from Sun Yingsha. But the pattern right now is that Diaz is trying to slow down the game.
Oh, under attack though. The minute you miss by just a fraction, she's all over you.
It's such a fine line between being controlled and passive. It is such a fine line. I mean, against Sun Yingsha, it's literally like you're walking a tightrope. But the chop block comes in again, folks.
Oh, wow. She's loving this, you know. Sun Yingsha's going to be enjoying this. This isn't a run-of-the-mill everyday match, this one. This will be fun for her too.
That's my favourite shot of Sun Yingsha. When she swivels, she pivots, and she comes in, and she comes across the back of the ball with a more open racket face to fade it. Playing that shot at that speed with that amount of spin is top level.
As she generated so much of that gently questioning reply from Diaz there.
Now Xia taking more initiative against these slower balls, and it does now feel like Diaz is giving the top seed too much time on her hands. So let's see what happens next. Will she try something more aggressive, Diaz?
Oh, she's getting dragged left and right. As soon as those big lunging movements come in, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, she's rolling you up and she's going to smoke you eventually. Oh, that's just emphatic. I want to see that one again, and we're going to get to Your Wish Is Our Command, out the body.
She has so much time
Oh man, she looks like she does. You shouldn't have to be worried about that. Oh, well, that's the last thing she needed.
Yeah, just clipping the edge of the table. And for Diaz, who's played very well in this game, suddenly she's staring at 4 game points to be 2 down.
Oh, wow. A worldie from Diaz. Shasha had won 7 points in a row from 6-3 down.
But you were right earlier, you said she needed a platform before she can play those. She's doing that from a defensive position now. Trying to stay alive, but she can't do so in this game. And now Yingsha moves into a commanding position in this round of 16 match. Despite a few problems early on against a much improved Diaz showing, Yingsha, as she does, found a way and takes the game fairly comfortably in the end.
这场打开的，这发球短的发不错，长的有几个发完以后，有时可以选择射门，很多地方你发现下面长的以后，他都往上一翘，可以从反拉的，直接拉的，很可能都可以。好吧，现在别的都挺好，接发球也都挺好的啊，还是这个就有点紧张。如果他还是发到你那个高度，还有就是有球里头呀，还是还有快一点，别的对，别的现在什么球都行，你包括你。
So Yingsha with Marlin getting some instructions there as she sets course for, who knows, maybe another title. Having a little look at these, and past champions women's singles. She has done it so many times. Spoke about her total number of titles earlier on, 7-time champions winner. Incredible to think that even though in recent times we have seen some very worthy winners, you know, Hayata in Frankfurt, Tu Yuling, it's never far away, that smiling face of Yingsha when you look at a roll of honour there. Is she going to add to that list here? Well, based on recent form, she has to be such a favourite, particularly with the number 2 out the draw.
Love 1.
Incredible, the Asian dominance in the world of women's table tennis. Only Sabina Winter came within touching distance as a non-Asian of winning a champions in Montpellier.
Diaz doing her thing for the Americas here, but always going to be tough. She knew it coming into this one against Yingsha.
I think right now there's only one player to me that looks like could have a chance against Sun, and that's Kwai Man, who will play the winner with this one.
There's a little smile playing on the lips there of Yingsha.
Some matrix movement from Diaz to get it out of that,
Look at that
body.
Oh yeah, that's going to be captured on phones and cameras and shared very quickly. And now she just tries to wait for the crowd to settle.
The most electric backhand, that injection of pace there from Diaz. One of the best shots of the match so far there from the Puerto Rican pride.
So faced with a tougher challenge over the last couple of games, Yingsha has just started to pull out a few more of the weapons.
It's a decent long serve from Adriana Diaz, but it hasn't got enough surprise factor. Sun seems to be able to get a clue of it from the foremotion, and she just uses the speed on the serve to her advantage. 12 of the last 16 points for the back-to-back world champion. Oh, come on.
the best we've seen from her.
And that's exactly what she's capable of. She's painting a picture of her abilities, Diaz, against the world's best, against the ultimate catalyst. Short side of the table off the bounce.
Good coaching there, offering a bit of encouragement. Oh, and back she comes, as you knew she would.
Lashes out. You can actually see there's quite a lot of rotation in the Yingsha backhand. A lot of top players just use the very upper body, but you do see a bit of core rotation to just get even more spin and power. Backhand serve from Diaz. It works a wonder.
It did. That was a really impressive point. Stayed on top of things.
Not seeing much lollipop serving, too much long serving from Diaz. First time I think she's brought out the backhand serve, and if she's wanting to play backhands, that makes sense.
Again, stinging backhands, but has she left it too late? This is clearly something that works.
Well, it's 5-all. There's still life in this one, mate. And you do see a massive psychological switch happen in a best of 5 when someone goes 2-0 up. It's quite common, actually, at champions level to see.
It liberates the opponent. They know that it's last chance stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And very often it's fun, but it doesn't end up with a win. Well played, Yingsha, because she was by no means favourite to win that point.
And a little tongue out there from Adriana, who tried to play the fanning backhand. Constructed the point nicely, but look at the placement from Sun, exactly where Diaz didn't want it. And she played that on the back foot as well. Wow. Continues to raise the bar, the world number 1.
5-7.
And continues to cause problems for her opponent, who's furious. Timeout call, she's off to Daniel Gonzalez, knowing that time is running out.
Cuando estás en el corte, cuando estás en esa bola en específico, es que estás intentando boom y saliste muy rápido. Pum, quédate con ella, métele calidad, entonces después puedes salir. Cuando le metes
si mira, si yo me quedo en la mesa, me dan un clase de rayo para parquear.
Con eso mismo es que tiene un poquito de miedo y la bola sale alta. Ahora bien, vamos a lo otro. El primer pivoteo de ella siempre va. El primer pivoteo de ella, te quedas aquí y puedes arriesgar un poquito más aquí. Hazla que cambie. Ahora bien, cuando tú atacas, está bien cuando tú cambias y puedes tirar, ella hace 1 y viene para acá, puedes repetir 2 para allá, y después es que cambia, ¿ok? Intenta el saque, que el saque sea aquí un poquito para arriba, provoca que ella te haga flip, defiende y la primera bola al medio, ¿está bien? Vamos allá, vamos, tú puedes.
Well, you heard it from coach, and you saw the reaction from players. She comes back to the table, energized. Adriana Diaz, can she somehow find a way to grab a game and get into this? Opportunities are beginning to run out here for the Puerto Rican. And Yingsha, as she does so well, senses the end. She knows she can get this one done. And if she can get this done in straight games against Diaz, who, remember, has always taken a game off her when they've played in the past, that would represent another big win for the world number 1.
I hate to say it, but it feels inevitable now. Even against the shot block. Oh my goodness.
Well, there's an expression that tells you, yeah, the game might be up here.
Will we see an exhibition point here?
Could do. 5 match points. Oh, She threw the chop in there, and Yingsha is all smiles as she beats her friend once again, and she's done so comfortably. Hate to say this, Fraser, but she's looking even better than ever. She's looking awesome right now.
Like I say, John, the only player that I think could maybe stop her here this week in Chongqing and deny her the three-peat could be Kwaiman or Satsuki Odo, but that's in the other half of the draw.
No. Kwaiman's waiting.
Kwaiman's playing the winner with this. I'm not talking about Odo. Odo's in the bottom half because she beat Wang Man Yu. Kwaiman could be a test for Xia Xia, but let's see. I mean, like you say, she's looking